A key transition in animal body plans was the evolution of segmentation, building a body from a series of similar segments. The first segmented animals to evolve were most likely the annelid worms, which belong to Phylum Annelida. There are about 8,000 marine species and roughly 3,100 species of earthworms. The primary advantage of a segmented body is that the development and function of its units can be precisely controlled. Different segments can possess different combinations of organs or perform specialized functions relating to reproduction, feeding, locomotion, respiration, or excretion. Today we are going to study about three principal features of annelids. Annelids are defined by three main characteristics: repeated segments, specialized segments, and connections. First, we'll learn about the repeated segments. In this segment, the body is composed of a series of ring-like segments running its length, resembling a stack of donuts or a roll of coins. Internally, these segments are divided by partitions called septa, much like the bulkheads of a submarine. To learn about annelids better, we have to understand hydrostatic skeleton and segmental independence. So what creates a hydrostatic skeleton? The fluid within the xylem of each segment creates a hydrostatic, that is liquid supported skeleton that gives the segment rigidity similar to an inflated balloon. Because each segment is separated, it can expand or contract independently, allowing for complex movement. Next, let's learn about segmental independence. Each segment contains its own repeated excretory and locomotor organs, as well as its own specific circulatory, neutral elements, and chaetae. In the next video, we will learn about body plan, digestion, locomotion, circulatory system, respiratory system, and excretory system. See you there. You can find the link to the blog post and complete video in the description and comment section. The second main characteristic of annelid is specialized segments. The anterior, that is front segments, have become modified to contain specialized sensory organs. While some are simply sensitive to light, others have evolved elaborate eyes with lenses and retinas. A well-developed cerebral ganglion or brain is housed in one of these anterior segments. The third main characteristic of annelid is connections. Although septa separate the segments, materials and information flow freely between them to allow the worm to function as a unified organism. The nervous system of annelid contains a ventral nerve cord which connects the nerve centers, ganglia in each segment, with one another and to the brain. Similarly, the circulatory system of annelids is a closed circulatory system which carries blood from one segment to another. Now let's learn about body plan and digestion. The basic annelid body plan is a tube within a tube. The internal digestive tract, that is the inner tube, runs from mouth to anus and is suspended within the fluid-filled xylem. This digestive tract is divided into specialized portions for different functions, including the pharynx, oesophagus, crop, gizzard, and intestine. Now let's learn about locomotion. Annelids rely heavily on their hydrostatic skeleton for movement. Annelids consist of circular muscles, longitudinal muscles, and chaetae. How do circular muscles work? When these muscles running around each segment contract, they squeeze the segment. Because the xylemic fluid is trapped by the septa, it cannot escape. Instead, it causes the segment to elongate and become much thinner, like squeezing a tube of toothpaste. And how do longitudinal muscles work? When these muscles, running along the length of the worm, contract, the segment is pulled back to its original shorter shape. What are chaetae? Most segments possess chaetae, which are bristles made of chitin. By extending the chaetae in certain segments to anchor into the substrate and retracting them in others, the worm can squat its body forward or backward, section by section. In this section, we'll learn about how circulatory and respiratory system of annelids are different from arthropods and most mollusks. Unlike arthropods and most mollusks, most annelids possess a closed circulatory system. How do annelids respire? Annelids generally lack gills or lungs. Instead, they exchange oxygen and carbon dioxide directly with the environment through their moist body surfaces. How is blood transported in annelids? Once absorbed, The oxygen supply reaches different parts of the body via blood vessels. What are hearts in annelids? At the anterior end of the worm, some blood vessels are enlarged and heavily muscular, functioning as hearts. For example, earthworms have 5 pulsating blood vessels on each side. These act as hearts that pump blood from the main dorsal vessel down to the main ventral vessel. The main dorsal vessel is the major pumping structure. What makes the excretory system of annelids? The excretory system of annelids consists of nephridia, which are generally similar to those found in mollusks. They are ciliated, funnel-shaped structures. Generally, each segment possesses a pair of nephridia. They collect metabolic waste products from the xylem and transport them out of the body through specialized excretory tubes. Today we learned about some of the major characteristics of annelids. They are a highly diverse group of coelomate animals characterized by serial segmentation. This evolutionary innovation allows each individual segment to house its own dedicated circulatory, excretory, neural elements and chaetae, resulting in a highly coordinated, unified and complex organism.